Please be seated. Welcome. My name is Catherine Tapscott, and I have the privilege of performing this marriage ceremony today. On behalf of Teraleigh and Ron, thank you for being here. They are delighted that you are here today to share in their joy during this wonderful moment in their lives. By your presence, you celebrate with them the love they have discovered in one another, and you support their decision to commit themselves to one another for the rest of their lives. Today, their relationship changes. All of us know it will continue to grow and become stronger and better. Indeed, this is a day of hope, a day in which Teraleigh and Ron demonstrate their commitment, devotion, and mutual respect, as well as their faith and love in one another. You who are gathered here as witnesses are called to continue your support and encouragement as they unite in marriage. I would now like to read Union by Robert Fulghum. You have known each other from the first glance of acquaintance to this point of commitment. At some point, you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes, indeed, you have been making commitments in an informal way. All of those conversations that were held in a car or over a meal or during long walks, all those conversations that began with, when we're married, and continued with, I will, and you will, and we will. All those late night talks that included someday, and somehow, and maybe. All those promises, unspoken matters of the heart, all those common things and more are the real process of a wedding. The symbolic vows that you are about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know all those things that we've promised and hoped and dreamed? Well, I meant every word of it. Look at one another and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you have been many things to one another: acquaintance, friend, companion, lover, dancing partner, even teacher, for you have learned much from one another these past few years. Shortly, you shall say a few words that will take you across a threshold of life, and things between you will never quite be the same. For after today, you shall say to the world, this is my husband, this is my wife. Ron and Teraleigh, we now come to your vows. May I remind you that saying your vows is one thing, but nothing is more challenging than living them day by day. What you say today must be repeated tomorrow and each day that stretches out before you. Ron?
From the moment I first read your resume, I knew that you were special. What I quickly learned was that you were much more than that. I realized you were by far superior to me and that I'd fallen in love with you. Somehow you tolerated my advances. And I even managed to convince you to marry me. So from here on out, I vow to be your travel and adventure partner, your personal chef, and your chauffeur. I vow to be the stupidly positive and unreasonably optimistic one. I vow to support you in all your personal and professional endeavors. I vow to kiss you and tell you I love you every morning before I go to work. I vow to kiss you and tell you I love you every night before I go to bed. I vow to appreciate everything you do to make our family functional and organized. I vow to be there and comfort you in times of trouble and share with you in times of joy. I vow to love you from the very bottom of my heart, and I vow to never argue with you because you're always, always right. I love you, and I want you to be my wife.
Promised, you can't take it back. Ron, in case the past 6 years haven't made it clear, I'm not a person who is comfortable leaving things to luck. I like having a plan. But when I look around me and I think about how far we've come, I'm grateful for all the little pieces of good luck that brought us here. Luck that I walked into that job interview. Luck that you decided to bring home a puppy. Luck that you were everything I could want in a partner before I knew I was looking. And today, surrounded by all the people who have supported us as we've built our life together, I can't help but feel unbelievably lucky to call you my husband. I love you for supporting my dreams without ever thinking about the constant sacrifices that came with them, and for always making me laugh. For the father I know you'll be, and for the partner you've been from the beginning. For taking care of me when I didn't know how to ask for it, and for creating a home with me where all the people we love can always feel welcome. I am lucky every day to love you. But because I still love a good plan, I have a few promises for the future too. I promise to be a partner in your successes, your trials, and your dreams, and to make you a partner in mine. I promise to see you for all the wonderful things you are, to show you how much I respect you, and to thank you for the big things and the small. And most importantly, whether things are going to plan or we need a little bit of luck, I promise to love you today, tomorrow, and forever.
Now, just a few questions. First for you, Ron. Yeah. Ron, you've chosen Teraleigh to be your wife. Will you love and respect her? Will you be honest with her always? Will you stand by her through whatever may come?
I will.
Teraleigh, you've chosen Ron to be your husband. Will you love and respect him? Will you be honest with him always? Will you stand by him through whatever may come?
I will.
And do you both promise to make the necessary adjustments in your personal lives in order that you may continue to live in a harmonious relationship together?
We will.
We do. Yeah, we will.
May I have the rings, please? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Do you want to take hers? You can put it on her finger. Ron and Teraleigh, these rings represent the vows and promises that you have willingly exchanged today. They reflect and demonstrate to the world the commitment those words inspire and all of your hopes and dreams for the future. You may seal your vows with a kiss. The final act of today's ceremony is the shattering of the glass. This old custom has many traditions and interpretations. Today, it reminds us of the fragility of human relationships. A broken glass cannot be mended. Similarly, these marriage vows are considered to be an irrevocable act. As this glass shatters, so may your marriage never break. Just as the broken pieces of glass can never be put back together and returned to their former state, so may the covenant of marriage forever bind you together as husband and wife in your new state of marriage. As Ron breaks the glass in a moment, I invite you all to cheer Mazel Tov. Ron and Teraleigh, we have heard your promise to share your lives in marriage. We recognize and respect the covenant of marriage you have made here today before each one of us as a witness. Therefore, in the honesty and sincerity of what you have said and done here today, it is my honor and a delight to declare you to be henceforth husband and wife.
You gotta aim.
My name is Dave Stevenson, and I'm Teraleigh's father. On behalf of Ron and Teraleigh, welcome. Whether you've traveled across the ocean, the continent, the province, or simply the city, it's important that you are here today, because it's from you that Teraleigh and Ron will draw support. Thank you for being here for such an important part of this day. I stand here to honor my daughter. Teraleigh, I love you. As I look upon this beautiful woman in that lovely gown, of course I reflect on the girl that she was and the woman she has become. The day I drove home from the hospital after Teraleigh was born was a new beginning for me, a time filled with apprehension and anticipation. Today marks a new beginning for Ron and Teraleigh. Over the last couple of weeks, I have been filled with a curious and overwhelming mixture of joy, excitement, sadness, feelings that have melted away, so today I am simply filled with incredible pride. The joy and excitement are obvious. This is truly a celebration. Just look around. Look at the remarkable sight of our couple. My sadness is purely selfish. Teraleigh, it is difficult to let go of the idea of you being my little girl. My pride comes from watching you grow into an amazing woman. and anticipating you enjoying life's bounty. I'd like to take a moment to talk about courage. Not the courage of going into battle, although depending on your view of marriage, perhaps that's relevant. The courage I'm thinking about is the courage to be true to yourself, the courage to embrace change, the courage to be honest, the courage to confront difficult conversations and ideas, the courage to live in love, not fear. Teraleigh grew up in a home where this courage was highly valued. When Teraleigh was 15, she had an opportunity to take a 2-month exchange in another country. Many of her friends chose countries like England, Australia, New Zealand, mirror images of Canada. Teraleigh chose India, a polar opposite of home. But that was the point. Embrace learning. Now, as a father, encouraging your 15-year-old daughter to travel to India alone is a little overwhelming. I drew comfort in the knowledge that she would be met in Germany and escorted through Delhi onto her next flight through to her final destination. Unbeknownst to her father, her escort failed to show, and she navigated the journey solo. For those of you who have been to India, you can appreciate the courage it took for a 15-year-old girl, first time out of North America, making this journey alone. Teraleigh came home a stronger, more confident, independent woman. It's been a true joy watching Teraleigh grow. After she left home for school, she's pursued her goals with determination. She's taken a full course load and worked sometimes 1, sometimes 2, sometimes 3 jobs, all while maintaining that all-important grade point average. Once in law school, she spent her first summer job at a German university and her second job at The Hague at a UN-affiliated legal agency. Teraleigh has an incredible capacity to manage her time, always taking one more challenge and returning outstanding results. It's not surprising then that Teraleigh has chosen her life partner to be Ron. Come now! Come now! Ron demonstrates the courage we so highly value. He's comfortable in his own skin. He's unafraid of change. He's honest and true. He speaks his mind, and he lives his life with optimism, enthusiasm, and hope. But Ron brings more to the table. He softens Teraleigh. He balances her. He reminds her that time is not just to be managed, it's to be enjoyed. So Ron, it is with great pride that I welcome you to our family. Ron and Teraleigh, you have my wholehearted blessing. I'm so happy this day has finally come. You have so much to look forward to. You have your days of awe, and you'll have your sad days. However, if you always treat each other with gratitude, empathy, and kindness, you will have all that you need. I'd like to leave you with 2 thoughts. First, a home is a feeling, not a structure. A home is where you feel love and where you feel secure. And the second, your only true legacy is your children.
No pressure. No pressure, guys. No pressure. No pressure.
So,
Wow.
I would ask you all to charge your glasses and rise, so we can all toast the radiant couple. Teraleigh and Ron, may you not, just a second. Teraleigh and Ron, may you thrive. May you have a long, full, and interesting life. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the bride and groom.
Hello, we're Ron's sisters, Sari,
Lauren.
When we heard that our brother Ron was dating an 18-year-old, it created major problems in our family. Both our husbands were jealous.
Teraleigh, as your present today, we're giving you 5 nieces and nephews. But that's it. No more. Definitely no more. That factory is closed.
For me. That's our dad sitting over there. Wave. Hi, Daddy. You know what? You want to know why he looks so happy? He's happy because 2 of his kids married lawyers. He still hasn't figured out what Jeremy does for work. Stop. It's all good.
Okay. Ron had it tough. Being in the middle child sandwiched between 2 perfect sisters. He got blamed for our messes and yelled at for everything that ever went wrong in our house.
That's true.
But he was always the greatest, most protective brother to us and funniest uncle to our many, many children, and we love you so much.
Teraleigh, aside from being beautiful and smart, you are also smart and beautiful. We couldn't be happier to welcome you to the family and call you sister. Everyone, raise your glass to Teraleigh and Ron.
Good evening, everybody. I'm the father of Ron. Thank you. I want to thank you all for coming to the wedding, to this wonderful wedding, and to the guests that came from all over the country, including the United States. I want to thank Teraleigh's family of embracing Ronnie so nicely. And you can feel the same with us. I guess you feel already. And the same thing with you, David, over the year. And to make the long story short, I want to wish the new couple to age together and to have a wonderful life. Thank you. All the best.
I would like to start by congratulating both Ron and Teraleigh. This has been a beautiful day, and thank you so much for sharing it with us. It has been wonderful meeting everyone here. For those of you that haven't spent as much time with Teraleigh as I have, Allow me to share some of the great things about her. She always has your back, and she always knows how to lift your spirits when you are down. She is the best sister I could ask for, and I'm glad to be here to celebrate this very special day with her. I wish you both a lifetime of happiness, and may the party never end.
Firstly, Teraleigh, I'm so happy for you. I love you. You look so beautiful. Ron. I will remember the first time I met Ron for the rest of my life. He was wearing these ugly, they were so ugly, these ugly long capris. He had a single earring and his trademark graphic t-shirt. It was confident. I have to give it to him. It was a confident look for his first time meeting one of Teraleig's family members. Thankfully, Ron is one of the most genuine, lovable people I've ever met in my entire life. And his fashion sense has improved over the years.
Has it? Really? We're working on it. Fix that shit,
Ron, I cherish you, and I love you, and I'm so happy to welcome you as a brother. T, we love you so much. There aren't words to describe. And Ron, it gives me no more pleasure. It's welcome to the family. As much pleasure. Welcome to the family. So I'd like to raise a toast. Have a toast. Have a toast. Raise a glass, have a toast. To T and to the newest member of the gang, Ron.
My name is Zoe. I'm the maid of honor.
I'm Mark, best man.
And we'd like to share some very nice stories. Don't worry. Not to worry. So I really like to talk, as Teraleigh knows, but I come from a family where we like our food and our wine, and I can appreciate that you all really want to get to dessert. So I'll try to keep this uncharacteristically short. So many of you won't know this, and I didn't actually realize it until recently, but this is Teraleig's and my 10-year friendship anniversary. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ron, the competition is on. Mm-hmm. So when Teraleigh and I first met, I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty sure she found me pretty annoying. But as anyone who's met her will know, I was determined to be her friend. And I didn't actually have the chance to formally meet her for several months because she was on exchange in India. But that didn't mean I didn't hear about her all the time. Everyone kept going on and on about how smart she was, and how funny she was, and how nice she was. So while she was away, I hatched my plan. This carefully orchestrated plan involved a lot of sneak attacks to sit next to her at lunch, upping my English essay writing game. English class was an important part of my value proposition to her. But in the end, a big part of what brought us together was the fact that teachers kept mistaking us for one another. But that was a blessing, because there is no one else I would rather be confused with, especially during parent-teacher interviews, when teachers mixed up our evaluations, and my parents were much proud of me by the end of the day. And here we are, celebrating our 10-year friendship anniversary with a big party, a dinner for all our friends and family, a big white dress, and...
It's their wedding!
It's a wedding!
gonna have to rewrite a few things here. Ron, Ron, I knew you and Teraleigh were perfect for each other. Because while at the beginning of our friendship, you were kind enough to give me pity laughs at my bad jokes, pretty quickly the both of you were just rolling your eyes instead. The beauty of love, everyone. Teraleigh and Ron are also parents to the two happiest, furriest children on the planet. Every time you come over to their place, you leave with a few extra pounds of dog and cat hair on your clothes, but it's always with the biggest smile. Teraleigh and Ron, you've not only made me the happiest dog mother, you've also made me the happiest maid of honor, and I'm so thankful to be here with you both tonight. As Teraleigh said earlier in the evening, hopefully you were paying attention, she is a planner. And as the first of my friends to get married, she's given us a template for how to get everything right. I wouldn't be surprised to see her starring in her own HGTV show next fall. But she missed one thing. Like Teraleigh, I am also a planner and successfully wrote this speech back in August because it meant she couldn't give me a time limit, which is the most anecdotal story of our friendship I can share with you all tonight. But as difficult as it is for planners like us to admit, relationships and life indeed are hard to plan out. Most times, you don't realize you've met a game changer in your life until it's too late and they're permanent. But these are the moments that make life interesting because you can't just skip to the end of the book to see how it all turns out. All you can do is read along, walking hand in hand with a group of people and see what happens. And if you're lucky, you happen to sit next to Teraleigh at your grade 10 orientation. This may all seem at best like Murphy's Law. I think it feels a lot like hope, because that's what love is, whether it's between best friends or between husband and wife. And that's why I'm so happy to be celebrating our 10-year friendship, the marriage of Teraleigh Stevenson and Ron Weisberg. Everyone, please raise a glass to Teraleigh and Ron. And as always, keep calm and marry Ron. Cheers. 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 You want to go?
Hi, everyone. As most of you guys know, I've known Ron my entire life. It's not always been that happy. We grew up 14 houses away from each other, both having fathers coming from Israel. It was destined to be. Through classes together at Westminster and Vaughan, our friendship became stronger. Then university happened. Even though we were in different cities, I went to York and Ron went to Guelph, or more like the Trappers or San San's Chinese restaurant. Our relationship remains strong. We have been there for each other each step of the way. Like all the nights we spent at the Toad or watching Raptors game in the basement with a nice bottle of Weisers. While at university, Ron studied philosophy and biology. I studied economics and finance. We were in two very different paths, or one way to think. Funny enough, Ron's career turned out to go into construction, and again, mine is as well. Ron and I have something else in common. I have a wife that looks very young. Ron's marrying someone who is very young. As many of you may know, Ron has been really smart. Ron has always been the intellectual in my group. Anyways, let's keep going. Always unchallenged in relationships. I said something about your partners, by the way, but anyways, always unchallenged in relationship. Instems Teraleigh. Ron, you lose. Finally, someone smarter than you and a little bit prettier. Knowing Ron so well, I'm able to tell when he is truly happy. Tara not only challenges Ron, but also supports him, and most importantly, tames him. And as his best friend, I can honestly tell you, Ron needs extreme taming. You've been out of control, dude, for a very long time. On an end note, I just want to congratulate you both as you start the next chapter in your lives. May you be as happy in your marriage as I am. Brownie points? Hey, everybody. Hey. Everyone having a good time? Yeah, all right. I got a sidekick here. All right. So to start, Teraleigh and I really want to thank all of you for coming here tonight, sharing with us this amazing celebration of life. We especially want to thank all the people that came in from out of town, flying across the ocean from Israel, across the border from Colorado, California, Georgia, and as well as from across Canada, from British Columbia, Alberta, and the greater Peterborough area. We know it isn't always easy, and it really means a lot to us that you can be here tonight. For those of you that come from around here, it's great to see you also. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, too sweet. Very
Now, I'd also like to take a moment and just mention a few people that aren't here tonight, that couldn't be here. My Aunt Sharon, she passed away suddenly a few months ago. Only a few weeks before that, we were celebrating Passover together, and she kept telling me how much she really wanted to be here tonight, and it's sad that she's not here. My Bobby, my grandmother, she probably attended 2 million weddings in her lifetime, and this is the first wedding of one of her grandchildren that she isn't here celebrating. And, it sucks, but she's in my heart. Teraleigh is the first grandchild in her family to get married, and we really wish her Nana could have been here to witness, the first grandchild get married, and we miss her as well. But the person I miss most, though, is my mom. She left us almost 34 years ago now, but I know that if she was here, she would be extremely proud and just really happy. I know she would love Teraleigh, and that she would do everything she could to make sure I really don't screw this up. I've been thinking a lot about it over the last few months about how much I genuinely wish she was here. And then something came to me, and I realized that she actually is here with us. A lot of people will say that, she's here with us in spirit, but it's actually more than that. Half of my genes come from her. Probably most of the good ones. So in essence, she's here. She's a part of me. She's a part of my sisters and their kids as well. And really, if you think about it, all our loved ones that are no longer here are actually living inside of us, contributing to our lives through our genetics. And I don't know about you, but it makes me feel truly connected, knowing that they're not just living in our hearts and minds, but in every cell of our body. As we all know, it's not solely our genes that make us who we are. Our environment has just as large an impact on who we become. And this is where relationships and friendships really create their lasting effect. The people we surround ourselves with truly shape who we become. So I personally want to thank some people that have had a large impact in my life. First, I want to thank my sisters. It wasn't always easy growing up, but no matter what, we always stuck together. You've always been generous to me and have extended that generosity to Teraleigh, and I truly and utterly appreciate it. Most importantly, though, you turned me into an uncle, which is awesome. And it's probably the most respectable title I've held until I became a husband. And if there's one thing that we actually truly have in common is that we know how to marry one. And to be honest, I think we get that from
dad. Jeff and Jeremy, you're really great guys. But, you know, if you could stop being so funny and so successful, I'd really appreciate it. Make me look bad. But Sari and Lauren, you're both amazing sisters, wives, and mothers, and you really are role models to me, and I love you. Now I want to thank my best man, Mark. We've known each other like our entire lives. Like, we're the same age, we live down the street from each other, our entire lives we've known each other. Whether it was like playing basketball on the driveway as kids, staying up late, having a few adult beverages and watching basketball in your parents' basement. The times you'd come to visit me that were truly memorable, aside from the fact that I don't remember them. And, you know, of course, there's those trips to the cottage that may or may not have resulted in the fire department finding us in the morning, hungover, shirtless, with empty beer bottles scattered all over the lawn, trying to fight a tree that was on.
There was lightning, I swear.
Okay. So that was us. You tried to say the tree got struck by lightning, but no, that was us. I love you, man. I'm so proud of the man, the husband, and the father that you've become. And I'll always be there for you, Alex, and Avery. And more if you have more.
I love you.
Now, I want to thank my dad. Hey, Dad. Can you believe I'm married? Me? I'm married? Like, we had our issues throughout the years, but, you know, you've always been there when I've actually needed you. Without realizing it, you've taught me the most valuable lessons in life. One of them is that no matter what, family comes first. No matter what. I mean, you drive us crazy calling us every day, but family comes first. We may have arguments, disagreements, we may fight a lot, but our love is unconditional and always will be. You also taught me the value of hard work. Like, I can't even imagine how tough life must have been for you. Not once did I ever hear you say, "Why me?" No matter how difficult life may have been at times, you showed me that being strong-willed and hardworking will help you persevere. You pushed me when I needed to get off my ass, and you left me alone when I needed to figure things out on my own. You also taught me how to install glass, which is, you know, a neat little trick when you need a little money on the side. You're a great dad, and I will always love you. Before I get to Teraleigh, I want to express my appreciation to the Stevensons. It must have been a shock when I came around, but you've all been great to me. I still remember going to their place on Thanksgiving, and in their eyes, they said, "Welcome into our home." Or, sorry, with their words, they said, "Welcome into our home," but with their eyes, they said, "Who the hell is this guy?" But now, I get to celebrate Christmas, which is awesome. You know, presents are great. But sincerely, you've been great to me, and I truly look forward to spending family time with you. And I really want to thank you for accepting me into your family. Now, lastly, I want to thank my wife, Teraleigh. My wife, Teraleigh. Like, look at her. Isn't she beautiful? She's great. I really can't stress enough how much I owe this night to her. Like, really, I can't stress it enough. She made all the arrangements and coordinated everything. things were left to me, I'm telling you, we'd be eating hot dogs and hamburgers in a field, listening to an iPod, and the invitations would have gotten there like next week. She's done an incredible job getting all this together, and so from the bottom of my heart, thank you for all of this. This is actually a lot better than I expected. This is amazing. So you know what? Let's have a glass to Teraleigh before I continue. Let's raise our glass and cheers to Teraleigh. Yeah, just for you. Cheers. I still can't believe that someone as beautiful, intelligent, determined, and put together as you would fall in love with someone like me. Like, it's incredibly obvious why I would want to marry you. You're amazing. But I've been trying to think about what it is about me that would make you say yes. Am I rich and successful? No. Am I really smart and intellectual? No. No. Am I like ridiculously handsome and sculpted? No. No. You could do. But, you know, maybe I'm just really funny, right? No. To be honest, I think I'm living in a fairy tale. And here's what I mean. In a lot of Disney movies, you often see that there's a guy and girl, they meet through random coincidence, such as a job interview or something. And they're often shy and unaware of each other at first, and then something happens that makes them take notice of each other, romantically. I'll actually tell you about the moment later if anyone wants to know. Now, in those stories, there's always a sidekick or two that provides some comic relief and slightly nudge the two lovebirds closer and closer together until that spark of interest ignites into a flame of love. Those unsung heroes are our pets, Charlie and Zoe, our cat and dog. They truly deserve the credit in bringing the two of us together. Our lovely little furry cuddly family. So basically, my fairy tale is that a nice guy can finish first. If he works hard, if he treats people with respect, and he has a dog. Honestly, I truly am the luckiest man on earth. So once again, thank you all for coming here tonight. This last toast is for the two of us, for all of us, celebrating tonight together to life and to love. Let's raise our glass. To life and love, l'chaim. Now let's let the party start.